Alright, hello everyone. Today I will be restoring this. This is a Gateway Dx4300-11. Now this computer originally came with Microsoft Windows 7 Home Premium. The processor is an AMD Phenom, however you pronounce that, I apologize. Phenom, AMD Phenom 2. Which runs at 2.5 gigahertz, and it's a quad-core CPU. Of course, it's a 64-bit CPU. USB ports, they're 2.0, I believe. Actually, yeah, they are, because they're not blue. And also, this computer, I believe, is made in the year 2009, which also makes sense. Windows 7, so yeah, it has 2.0, of course. Or at least especially for this type. I believe this computer was originally $729, brand new. I do really like the fact that it has this tray up here. I guess this would be like a charging station for your phone. But you have two USBs up top, two USBs here, and of course, the awesome part. You have all of these, a CF card reader, micro SD card reader, SD card reader, CF card reader, and you have these other ports here, which yes, these definitely come in handy. I always use the not always, but I use these a lot, micro SD and SD card. This is my main PC. Is it very good? To today's standards, no. This computer is pretty old and way out of date. Did I put in another graphics card? No. This thing has an integrated ATI Radeon 3200 card. It does have HDMI and VGA. It's got some dirt as well, so I will be cleaning this up. Can't really see that on camera. It is very dirty, and it was very dirty before. I did wipe it down. So, okay. Truth to be told, this computer was fixed up. I was using it for quite a while now, or at least a month or two. But I took it apart just to make this video for you, and I did not clean it up all the way. I just kind of gave it a quick wipe down, so it's not very clean, as you can tell. Okay, maybe. It's got a lot of dirt in there. So, but yeah, here's the spec sticker. If you want to pause the video, you can. Dang, it's a little blurry. 8 gigs of RAM. Yes, the computer has 8 gigs of RAM, which is, pretty good. So I'm satisfied with it. I have 4 screws. Not just for the hard drive. We are missing screws on the back of the computer. This is how I got it. It was going to be recycled, so I actually saved this PC from being destroyed or recycled. This thing is pushed in. The tuner card was taken. This computer came with a tuner card. I took this off since you don't have drivers for it. I just never bothered taking it out. It originally came with the PC. I don't have any other PCs I can use it in since it requires Vista, I think. Wait. This thing would have had to have worked with this, though, because this thing came with 7. So, yeah, this thing would have just probably been, pre-installed. Otherwise, yeah, that would have been the only thing made for it. 7, and that was it. Because apparently there weren't any upgrades made, and I didn't have the OEM software that came with it, so I lost all functionality for it, unfortunately. But here, no screws. That's how I got it, all torn up looking. There we go. This is the side door, of course. Now, inside the PC, no hard drive. It originally came with a 1 terabyte hard drive. So when I first got it, I had to reseat the RAM, because apparently one of the RAM sticks were dirty. Actually, several of them were dirty, and the contacts didn't look very clean. So the CPU didn't boot. This was like this when I got it. It was not even popped in right. It was like this. I was missing this. So what did I do for that? Well, these are the parts we will be installing today. 4 screws. I'm only going to put 2 in the hard drive like this across, so it holds it in at least. I'm out of screws. I pulled these out of an old Dell XPS 410 as well as this. This was the only card left in that Dell, but I'm going to install it today in this gateway because it came with one. So I would just like to kind of bring it back to its originality. It came with SATA, of course, but anyway, this is just an old random IDE cable I grabbed. And the hard drive we'll be using today is kind of depressing, but it's all I had spare, and it was a secondary drive on a Mac, and then the Mac, somebody later on added a password. So this hard drive was pretty much useless. So whenever I pulled that hard drive out, guess what? The computer had no password. So this little hard drive right here was useless, and I couldn't use it anyway because I had a password, or 2 passwords. So I wiped it and had it spare just lying around, and so since I didn't have any spare drives, I just used it here, which it works great. Of course, I had to reconfigure some stuff in the BIOS just to get it to work. But anyway, yeah, it has a multi-recorder in there. So we'll have to be switching around some of the SATA as well. This is an old can, as you can tell. I made this into the door. The screw, where did I get that? This was already in the PC, just lying in there. So that was the screw that was supposed to be there in the first place, I believe. So I'm going to use. And so, as you can see, that's all our components. Got a couple different screwdrivers here. And of course, just a bowl of water and a couple old washcloths. Try to wipe it down, make it look nice. So, with that, let's just go ahead and start this build. So, of course, I took off that piece right there because I don't need it. I don't have Ethernet in my room, but I have a wireless internet card. And besides, this is useless anyway because I don't have the Windows 10 drivers, which unfortunately they never made it for this card. So, number 1, let's just go ahead and push this in place. One sec. It was already in, so you didn't miss out. Anyway, here it is. These are kind of oddly loose. So what we're going to do next, of course, is install this. The tuner card. Of course, it has to go in upside down, so don't have a tripod. This is bad. I'm sorry for the cringy video here. Okay, here, I got you a tripod. Tripod here. Okay, so now we will go ahead and put in this TV tuner card in place of the original one. This one has 2, of course, or 2 ports instead of 1. So it's kind of like an upgrade considering the computer this came out of was a XPS 410, so it was more expensive than this, I believe. From the branding, I mean, not from the factory. Anyway, here we go. Put right in place. And it already looks a whole lot better considering that card is not loose in the back, and now this one's in place. And of course, as you know, it's not, going to be held in. It's just going to be loose and wobbly, and even if you put one screw here, this is still going to be loose, which is probably why this was punched in the first place. So what I did was, of course, I said I made this. It took about an hour or so, but it's all I had. And besides, it works just fine, and no one's going to be looking at the back of the computer anyway. So I took this old screw that was lying in the bottom of this PC, which, yes, it does need to be cleaned in here. I think I'll just give it a quick wipe down. Okay, so let's go ahead and put this in. Well, can't get over the top here. Now I went over it. There we go. Bad angle. Apologize for that. There we go. See? That works. This looks good. Which I do not need that antenna. I will just lay it in the bottom here and kind of pin it underneath these cables so I don't lose it. But it's kind of unnecessary. So there you go. That's one thing down. Actually, okay, let's just reel it. I'll go right ahead and aim it up here. Actually, I don't need that one. It's a bad screwdriver, so it's just gonna use this one. Okay. So as you know, I do not have a SATA hard drive. So what I will do for the no SATA, what I'm going to do is disconnect my SATA cable, which I'll probably just hook in here. But for now, I'll move it out of the way. And I'll plug it into SATA 1 for the disk drive, or for the DVD burner. Okay, now that that's all straightened away, you need to make sure this is not in the fan either. Anyway, now that that's out of the way, let's go ahead and put this cable in. Okay, not SATA, IDE cable is in place. What I'm going to do real quick is go ahead and start cleaning, which might bother you. I don't know if it did or not. I should have just waited for this cable. It's kind of in the way now. I'm just going to put this drive bay holder up there for now. And of course, we will get on to this. You can already see it's cleaning up a little bit. It's kind of an odd situation I got going on here. It's already looking much better than it was before. Whoa. Remember these? Yeah, those annoying things. That's great. Okay. Okay. Thought I just kind of cut my finger there. Okay, there we go. That looks a little better. It's pretty dirty. This computer did kind of smell like smoke when I first got it, but you know, it actually doesn't smell anymore. So, yeah. And of course, up in this little area up here, it's got some dirt caked up in here, which I had noticed that before. So I think I should go ahead and clean that real quick. Yeah, that looks better. Alright, now we'll go ahead and move on to this. This is pretty dusty. So what I'm going to do now is, of course, put you back on my sandal here. Okay. Let's get on to that cleaning process. So it's fairly dusty. Actually, it's pretty dusty. Yeah, it's not really that bad on the outside. Actually, it's just fine on the outside. You need to, yeah, this is the bottom part. I was like, where's the bottom? That's what I should start with. I was like, that'd probably be the most dusty, considering it's just flat down, so it has the full opportunity to get covered with dust. So, let's just go ahead and cover that up then. Yeah, I've already cleaned up nicely. Gotta be careful, I don't want to slice up my fingers. I kind of felt almost like a cut there. It's kind of sharp. Mainly because there's fingers sticking out the side to support the drive. Okay, that is one pretty clean drive bag. Of course, to try to help clean up a bit more on the inside of this computer, let's just go ahead and get some more water. And we'll wipe up in here a little bit. This is kind of an odd way to clean something. Anyway, it's clean enough for me. Oh, I'm satisfied with it already. Okay, I have the hard drive, which is already cleaned off. It was already really dusty when I got it. But it was just a light layer of dust, so it came off easily. Okay, so I think I'm gonna put it up on the top one, right? I don't know which one I want it on. Yeah, I think I'll just go ahead and do the top. Because it'll give me some cable management room. Oh, it's kind of close up. So, now that I have these 4 screws here, you can go ahead and put one right here. And of course, on this side, since the other one's in the back, we put one on the front just so it supports it. Gotta move that back, keeps falling. Okay, I'm trying to be careful not to scratch up the floor. Might bother you that I'm only using a couple screws. Believe me, I actually have OCD, so it actually doesn't bother me. And it's my computer, which I did save it. It was gonna get recycled anyway. It was soon enough. The guy was gonna clean out that storage unit that I got this from, so I got quite a few PCs out of there, and yeah, this was one of them. It's fairly nice. So it's my main PC, because I don't ever buy new PCs. Okay, what's going on here? Yeah, there we go. There's that different looking screw, kind of a flat tip instead of that type where you can use a socket. This is once again that horrible screwdriver. So I'm gonna go ahead and get it up till it's slightly snug, and then I'll go ahead and grab the good one. There we go. I have to put that down. It's not like this, because otherwise, rather like that. That would not be very good, because otherwise it'd just be kind of dangling around. No cable management. I don't really care too much about cable management, but I think this would look way better. So we can pull the cables up into here, then turn it around and wire it in. I will just go ahead and use the second gray cable, so then we can just kind of flatten this one and stick it back through, if possible. See? And that's nice and tucked away. Not bad. And then it just kind of goes through here, and it just looks nice and clean. That's what we want. So now, there's only one cable, so what I'll do is I will tuck it up through here, like so. The bad news is it's kind of a bad design. You gotta kind of squeeze it in here kind of tight. But once you get it through, of course, then it plugs in just fine. So, there we go. And of course, oh, it looks like it's pretty much it for this. We'll still power it up for you. I'll show you it boots up to Microsoft Windows 10. Is it activated? Yes. Illegally? No. Did I buy the key? Well, I used the free Windows 10 update, so it's not illegal. I just updated because the computer was updated before, so I just used my key, my Windows 7 key, of course, because I already had it activated. There's a key on the other side, which I'm not going to show you guys, unless I already did. Oops. If I did, you can just do whatever. Okay, so this is pretty good so far. Anyway, I'm just saying I activated it by doing an update, so it's updated. to Windows 10. Not the world's greatest drive is made, I'm going to say, the hard drive is made in the year 2005. I believe it only runs like 5,000 RPM, I'm not sure. And then, of course, the drive is only 80 gigs, which is very small, and it's pretty much full already, so that's not good. But it's all I had, so oops. And of course, we'd like to tuck this thing up here again. I would like to do that. Good enough. Sorry. Apologize for that. Okay, see, this doesn't look too bad. We want to make sure that fan is not covered. Old crappy AMD stock fan cooler. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Of course, we're still going to wipe down the outside once we get close here. Got the side door. There's a lot of moving, I apologize. Okay, here we go. Sorry for putting my sock down here. Nothing. Come on. Absolutely. There we go. Right here in the back. I'll go ahead and bolt it, or put the screws in place. I believe everything's wired in, so. Sorry, I was trying to look at the camera at the same time to see if my hand would appear, because I was curious which screw we could see. There we go. These 4 screws came out of that old XPS, which I'm out of screws. I completely gutted that XPS, but the good news is I recently got a new parts computer with a bad board. So, that's good. It's really tiny and pretty much nothing I can really part out because it's one of those tiny Dell work optiplexes like in doctor's offices and stuff. So they have that really funky power supply and disk drive, so they're junk. But I've upgrade some old crap computers with it. I'll probably take a stick or 2 out in each computer, so. But I'll just steal those, and of course mainly I'll take the screws. It only has like 6 or 7 screws in it though. Anyway. Gateway. Yes, anyway. It kind of does like this self-test, I assume. Because then it always just turns off. Like every time it boots, it just powers off. But then you press the power button and it boots up perfectly fine. Oh, never mind. Well, it's... Nope, I knew it. Should have known though. At the same time, I kind of confused it. Okay. This time it will boot, so while it's booting up. Because it takes a couple minutes to boot because of that old crappy hard drive, but anyway, we'll go ahead and get ourselves a little... I'm sorry, let me look for a sec. I think someone might be in here. No, it's kind of creepy because I'm out in an... I'm in an old, not old. I'm sorry, this is really bad. I'm in a garage. This is the upstairs loft right now. So, yeah. I'm gonna try to, put my nail there so I can squeeze in the crevices. This is one of the worst videos yet. I wouldn't say that. One of the earliest videos I made, or even worse. Monitor's auto-adjusting. I don't even know anymore. Well, we can go ahead and wipe off this disk drive here. Yep. Try and hold that. Sorry, I can't really get that on camera. It's much better already. Wow, It's cleaned up nice. Oh, there's a computer. It says please wait. It's slowly getting there. There it goes. Of course, the expansion bay is pretty dirty as well. That's good. I gotta put up my oils all over it. I think I did actually show the product key. Oops, that's not good. Whatever. Okay. Yep. It's working. There it is. Windows 10. So, with that, we got this beautiful PC working again. Saved from scrap. Still a fairly good PC. Very reliable yet, with a noisy old hard drive. But hey, it works great and it was saved. So I thank you very much for watching this video. Thanks. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.